Another day in paradise. So Miller spends 6 days a week in paradise. So I look who I am, you know. So these are various bikes I've got in process of restoration, process of running. So probably we start off with the most exotic one here. Yeah. For you young lads, this is an AGS made in 1929. Went for the world speed record in 1931. So what speed do you think that did in 1931? Come on, get sharpened up a bit. Eh? This young lady has a better idea.
40?
She's only 2 miles an hour right. How about that then? 138 miles an hour. In France, there was a big autobahn there, and they used that. Like Germany, all the world early record breakers were on the first autobahns because you could get 20 miles of concrete flat roads, and Hitler gave permission for BMW, Auto Union, Mercedes to go for the world records on the new built autobahns. And so unfortunately this did 138 miles an hour one way, seized up the other way, and that was it, because you had to do a seized up on the way back. And the rider was a Captain Baldwin. It was quite interesting. During the 30s, lots of ex-military men, ex-army men, ex-RAF men joined the Brooklyn Brigade for world records and speeding and racing. So it was quite interesting. Unfortunately, even if he had done the return run at 138 miles an hour, you were very near. Ernst Hein, the German bloke on a BMW, he did 140, but he did it 2 ways, so he was just a couple of miles an hour short for the 138 miles an hour. And interesting, I was doing a thing with Bultaco in Tenerife a few years ago. It was a big show business and bikes.
Just getting ready for the thing there.
Lo and behold, who was there but Ernst Hein? And he had emigrated from Germany to Tenerife, Los Cristianos or somewhere he lived, and we had a great chat, and he was a bit like I met George Meyer, the famous 1939 TT winner, and 2 upstanding, strong men, and you could tell by their aroma that you wouldn't want to be racing them. You wouldn't want to be racing them, boy, you would have trouble. So anyway, there we go. Anyway, young Cathcart's not here, I don't think so. Alan Milliard, don't know where he is. He's going to have a riding this to give him a thrill. All the bikes he built, fantastic engineer, so he'll enjoy having a ride in this, and all about it too. Double overhead cam, 1000cc V twin, real rocket ship, and really quite easy to ride because the engine's very, very docile, you know, power all the way down, so you just leave the clutch in and ride it just on the clutch, you know, so you're not clutching it around all the corners. So there we go. Anyway, we move on down to the big Motor Perilla. Had a bit of luck with this one. I bought this at auction, H&H Auctions, National Motorcycle Museum, probably 4 or 5 months ago. And for all you observant, what do you see about this here? It's a 175.
No.
What do you say?
Bigger, 250.
You think like Miller, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, all the comedians at the auction thought it was a 175.
So you won that one.
I won. So anyway, I said to myself, like you, I said, that's not a 175. And of course it didn't fetch much money because it was 175. So I brought it back here, measured it. It's easy to measure it. You just pull the spark plug out, CC glass. You've done this and you know what I'm talking about, don't you? You fill this 250cc in this, and the CC glass, then you put, it's 10-to-1 compression, so that means your compression area is 25cc, so you put 275cc in your measuring, put it down the spark plug, and it comes up to the bottom of the spark plug, you've got a 250. Easy peasy. There's number 4 in the crankcase.
Yeah.
So the factory made 4.
Ah.
And it ran on the Italian Grand Prix in 1956, Miller race in 57, but that was the previous year.
Is it Italian then?
It's Italian, Motor Perilla.
Yeah.
And I love this, the fairing run here where Gilera MV Benelli.
Spoken
lots
to
of
him.
news
Yes.
out there.
Right,
It's
the
a
only
lovely
person I haven't
feature.
seen is Alan
The forks turn
Cathcart.
inside out, so there we go. We have refurbished
No.
it, ready to go. It
I'll
runs
go
in
and see if I
green,
can
so there we
find
go.
it.
That's a rotten cotton. Just got to do a bit of work on that, you know. So there we go. We move on down here. This is a lilac made in Japan, 1959, made by the Marusho
Julie was
company.
saying
We bought this at auction again for you restoring guys who restore bikes. Severe
Good,
lesson to be
right.
learnt here. So I said to myself, that'll never work, you know, because you almost think the teeth operate the lock. You're wrong, Miller. Apparently, if you stick a bit of a file in any lock, you can just turn it and it works, you know. So there you go. It's always difficult when you buy a bike and there's no keys with it. It can be a bit of a hassle. Anyway, there we go. That's the little key that was cut. Right. Isn't that a nice rudder? So there you go, 250cc, 4-speed gearbox shaft drive, and in the early days, the Japanese manufacturers, Marusho, etc., they copied European and British bikes. So if you look in the museum, there's a Victoria, Burgomaster Victoria from the German factory, and the engines are almost identical. But I must admit, they made them better in Japan, better quality, better tolerances, and wonderful factory. They made a 125, they made a 250, and they made a 350. And I think it's a wonderful thing for the museum, because I find that in the museum now, the older bikes are not accepted as much as this 50s and 60s, where most of you lads were involved with them, you know. Do you remember that?
No, I'm too young.
When you went to school, did you not read about that?
No,
I did. You're not telling me your age then. Anyway, putting that key back then. So then we move on to the aerial square 4. Can you pull that down a bit? There you go. This is a true British bike, 1936 aerial square 4. It was the great Edward Turner, before he went to Triumphs, he worked at Aerials, so he designed this overhead cam, 600 4-cylinder, and it was quite a bike. And for if that gentleman looks intelligent, you know, it was originally, you see the size of the crankcase. You see the size of the crankcase? Well, originally when Turner designed it, he was going to put the gearbox unit construction.
Mini sort of style.
And then they decided for costs it was easier to buy a Berman gearbox and put a Berman gearbox in it. And so that's why there's a big hole at the back there, and a gearbox at the back. So anyway, we're just restoring this. I nearly got it done, and quite a lovely bike, a real cruiser, 600cc. Then about 1939 they went to the 4-cylinder, 1000cc pushrod 4-cylinder aerial, and they were quite successful too. And then in got to get the dates right, about 1960, 63, they brought the 4-pipe aerial square 4 over. And when I worked at Aerials, if you could manage to borrow an aerial square 4 to ride back to the digs at night, it was a bit of a thrill, you know. So Miller used to try and grab an aerial square 4 to ride back and forward to work, and happy memories. And I remember well working at Selly Oak, and you heard about the Black Country and the smog. And you couldn't believe it. When this smog came down, you literally couldn't see a thing. And I found it a good training for the TT, because you could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a road to the left. And literally, you couldn't see literally see that length in front of the bike at times. You wouldn't believe the smog, and it lasts for days. So anyway, that was when all the coal fires were going. So there you go. 600cc overhead cam, 1936 aerial square 4. All the controls are in the tank. You probably think that's good, do you?
It looks nice, but it's probably complicated.
You've got it in one. Bloody nightmare to stick all that stuff up inside it, you know. So, brave men turn pale. Got nice valance mud guards on it again, and we've just more or less got it ready for the big fire up next week, and we'll put it to bed with the aerial collection in the museum. And so there we go. We're going to run this. We're going to run the AJS record breakers, who are probably the only lot in the world who've ever heard it running. How lucky you are, sir. Yeah. You are bloody lucky. Yeah, really. You are bloody lucky. You'll be able to see an AJS V4 running, yeah, with Alan Miller on board. Yeah. And Miller on board. Not together, separate. So there you go. Anyway, there you go. Another day in paradise. You're all unlucky, because I'm in paradise every day. There you go. Thank you.